Hey, look at you guys. What do you say we do a shop update? How's it going, everybody? Mike with Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Company. It is time for your weekend shop update. It has been a very busy couple of weeks. The first thing, if you notice, the countertop project that has been delivered. It's not been installed, but it has been delivered. They are still working. The clients slash friends are still working with their contractors. They have some more cabinets. They have the cabinets to do still, and then some other things. So I had to get it out of here. It's been done for a couple of weeks. It's definitely ready to go. And if you do anything custom for a living, you know about the anxiety that goes into delivering something like that. Something you have countless hours in. I think I had over 80 hours in those countertops, real close to 80 hours at least. I have a bench sheet I can check to make sure. But you know, when you deliver it and you see their face light up and they're so happy and they're showing all the family, that was a great feeling. So I'm real happy that they're happy with it. So I should be hearing from them in the next few weeks about once they're ready. I'll go back over there, we'll get those installed, we'll get that one wrapped up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that one done. They hired an interior designer, so it's gonna be a great change for their family. So that is off the books for the most part. The next thing that's been going on is wedding gifts. Wedding gifts. It's wedding season. I've been cranking out cutting boards, charcuterie boards, Yeti cups, pretty much everything I make, I've been making a version of it for a wedding gift. Grill scrapers. I did a grill scraper for a couple. You know, things like that people don't have make great items. I also have a lot of people who are registering their wedding gifts with me. So if you're getting married or you know someone's getting married, reach out to me. You can register Cleveland Cutting Board on your registry. We can get you taken care of that way too. Let people know what you want. If you want to order a cutting board or something along those lines and you're not sure what you want engraved, you can get a gift certificate for the engraving. So you can order the board for them, and then the gift certificate will cover the engraving. So when they want to bring it back, I can engrave it for them. So wedding gifts have been big. Let's see. I can't read my writing. Plaques. I made two little plaques, two plaques for two great friends. First one was my buddy Eric, his wife. He's restoring a little boat. He's naming the boat after his wife, Little Jenny. It's a play on Forrest Gump. So I found the Forrest Gump boat name, and I kind of mocked that up and put that in there for him. Got that delivered yesterday. That's on a piece of hickory. He just said, whatever you got laying around, just make me a nice little plaque. So something simple, fun little project, you know, half an hour's worth of work, something, you know, break the monotony. Found some hickory in my offcut pile. Laser engraved it. I did a couple passes on a laser engraver so it's nice and dark and a little bit denser. Put a nice, simple spray polyurethane on it. And he's gonna take it and he's gonna hang it from there. The other one I did was for an awesome family that's local to my hometown. Awesome lady, teacher, husband's a great guy, air traffic controller. Well, their daughter had a baby, and this is the second one. And the first time they had the first kid, I made a little plaque, said the name of the baby, something I think they use for pictures. So as soon as I seen that she was expecting another one, I was already planning on making one for them. But then she reached out and said, "Hey, can you make another one?" So I knocked it out. This is also in hickory. Awesome family. Glad to see it's growing. People, this kind of family you want to grow and have more awesome people in the world like them. So that's all taken care of. Now that the big countertop is done, I can drop back and get my buddy Dustin's tables done. So I've got one here ready for final sanding. It's ready for final sanding. This is the white maple cookies. I got some walnut bow ties to help stabilize some of the bigger cracks. Nice black resin, a little bit transparent. Got a great texture to it. This one's ready for final sanding and then assembly. There's two of them. The other one's just ready it's got everything done for it, just needs to go through the sanding. There's 4 to 5 levels of sanding I work on this, and then finish it up, a hard wax finish. Get those done. I've got all the parts here. I believe we're doing the gas pipe legs. Get that delivered to him. He's been working on his a big remodel project also in his downstairs of his house. I was over there a few months ago. It looks beautiful. Pretty sure he's wrapped up. So these will be done here in the next week or so. Get those over to him and get them out of the way here. Those will be done. Let's see what else. The project in my house, my wife and I, we have our birthdays and our anniversary all within a few weeks. So we just do one big dinner. We go to dinner. We always go to a nice dinner. And I bought us a nice wine cooler. My wife and I are big wine drinkers. So I bought a really nice wine cooler, which we've been talking about retaking the section of our house that's been a little bar. It was a secretary in the dining room, which just turned into a place of store crap. So we decided years ago we should make that to a bar. So we've just kind of been putting it off, kind of playing with different ideas. Well, when I bought this wine cooler, I was like, okay, that's it. This is the motivation. So when she went to work one day, I ripped out the old desk. My buddy John came over. He did the electrician. We had to move the outlet for the wine fridge, had to get pushed back in the corner. I've already started working on the countertop for that. Right now it's mahogany. That might change, but we've got the parts for the mahogany countertop. Dana picked out a really nice, I think it was copper or brass round sink for the little wet bar. We're still working on the details for where the storage above that. Right now there's the cabinet you'll see. That's probably going to go away with some nice glass shelves, maybe a smaller cabinet. And then where the wine used to be right across from there, that's now going to be the whiskey storage area. That's where I'm going to display all my whiskey collection. So that project's going on. I looked and I couldn't find cabinets I like, so I'm going to tackle making the cabinets myself. I've not made a cabinet in years. This one's something that's kind of shied away from just because cabinet making is usually a specialty thing, but it's something I want to try and do myself. Definitely making a countertop. I made enough of those. So yeah, so that project, I got a plumber all lined up. My buddy Brian's doing the drywall. His dad's gonna do the plumbing. So I'll have the wet sink there, wine fridge display. So kind of tidy up that room, that section house. The secretary, the little desk area, I don't know what the original homeowner was thinking, but that's out of there. That's all taken care of. The other thing that's going on right now, it is spring in Northern Ohio, and that means one thing, and that means boating. I was in town yesterday, and everyone's got their boats out of their garage, out of their barns, waxing them, getting them tuned up. I got a call from a guy who was a 1959 Lyman. Lyman boats are huge up here, beautiful boats. I miss mine. I think about it regularly. Kind of like an old girlfriend. You have to remember why you got rid of her in the first place. Great boat, but if you have a Lyman, you understand. If you have a boat, you don't understand, period. Anyway, he called me. He redid his boat. He was looking for a drink holder, something shallow to put his beers in, so I came up with this design. I made a bunch of these. This is solid mahogany with some through tenons holding it together, no fasteners, no screws. He wanted it nice and clean looking. Got this done. All I gotta do is do one more final sanding, buff it out, and put a coat of varnish on it. That'll be done and out the door here in next week or so. Skulls. I've been doing a lot of resin pouring. So whenever I pour resin, I always fill what's ever left over. So if you're looking for a quirky little gift, I have a bunch of the skulls in all different colors available. These are pretty neat. Guys like them for gear shifters. People like them for paperweights. My one buddy would drill a hole in it and put a little flower in there, a little plant. That was kind of neat. So these are always coming and going. They go quick. They're 25 bucks. I can custom make one a color for you, but usually I just use whatever left over from the resin pours. So I got skulls available. Let's see what else. A couple boards I've been working on. Here is a board that's almost done. This is American Cherry with a nice red resin going through it. This has a couple cracks in it, so I'm doing what's called an I-beam type Dutchman. Instead of using like the bow tie or the barbell, this is an iron beam kind of look to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a contrasting wood. I'm probably gonna do another cherry. I don't want the cherry inlays to contrast or take away from the resin. So probably gonna do matching that. Do you need the inlays? Maybe not. I think it's gonna be stable enough, but it just looks nice. So gotta get those. I got them cut and get the pieces made, get those done. This is actually gonna be a tray. I got some really cool handles. I'm gonna put on this, something a little bit different. I've also got, I made this here, this Buckeye board. This turned out really nice. Buckeye was not a cheap wood. It's a little bit challenging to work with. The resin, as you know, prices are about 100 bucks a gallon. But this board's all done, ready to go. I also made this for my friend Steph. This is done, ready for her to pick up for her. She treated herself to a housewarming gift. So that's all done, ready to go. Oh man, so much going on. Right here, this are blades for the planer, the thickness planer. It takes around 90 blades, I think it is. They're tiny little, they're just these tiny little carbide blades. I know it's kind of hard to see in camera. I'll do a close up here. These are 10 bucks a piece and I need 90 of them. So with tax, you're looking at almost $1,000. It's gonna take, I better take them all apart. Everyone's gotta get unscrewed. I got two that are broken, so I gotta figure those out. So yeah, so I dropped $1,000 this week on blades, and they last about, you can rotate them because there's 4 sides, so you rotate them probably every 6 months. So You get about 2 years out of them. So every 2 years I got to drop about 90 grand on blades. So those came in, and these aren't even, these are good. They're not the brand name, but they're made in Germany. They're a decent brand, but yeah, $1,000. So got those good to go. A project I started a few weeks ago also, actually a few months ago, but moved forward one, is the walnut and black resin round table. This is a piece I am making as what they call a spec piece. I'm making this to sell. It's gonna be in my house until my wife says, nope, too late, you can't sell it now. I've kind of decided on the base design. That was been the hard part, was how was I gonna make the base. This is about 90% complete. I got a little bit more resin work to do, and then I have to, obviously finish it, but it's coming along nicely, and I'm gonna start the base here the next few weeks, I think. I have a pretty good idea of what I wanna make. I just gotta figure out how to make it. Yeah, that's gonna be the challenging part. So that's on the list. Also this week, do I keep saying also? How many times have I said also this video so far? I don't know. This week, just the other day, I delivered to my big customer 60 17 by 24 by 1.5 inch thick hard maple oiled boards with finger grooves. I'm glad I got those delivered. Those were taking up a lot of space. They ordered 100, I delivered 50, I made 60. They graciously took the extra 10. I had the material, I just said knock them out. If not, I would have put them in the inventory and sold them to you guys or put them for the next order. So yeah, I got those delivered yesterday. That's always a great feeling. So with that being gone and the countertop being gone, I have space in the shop to work again. So I get these little projects knocked out. Especially when you work on those projects, you don't want to be doing too much, because what happens is stuff starts piling up on top of them and you worry about them getting damaged. So that was a big piece. That was a nice thing to get done. Secret sign of the month, that is done and made. I was going to ship it this week and I just got too busy, so I can't talk about it, but it is done. I'm really happy for the way it turned out. I'm really happy to send it to this person, a very special person to me. I just talked to her the other day. She has no idea it's coming, so I'm trying to decide if that's a she. I just gave that away. Regardless, I'm not sure if I can send it to her house or to her work, but I'm going to get that shipped out probably tomorrow or Tuesday, and I'll be able to show that sign next week. I know guys are asking. And remember, if you ask to be a recipient of the Secret Sign of the Month, you cannot be ever. You're disqualifying yourself. So I have a lot of people. I have a list, and I just go through the list and see who I'm thinking of at that given time, and I make it. Sometimes I have people I want to make a sign for, but I'm not sure what sign I want to make or how I want to make it, so I circle back around. So yeah, so this one's going out. That Secret Sign is going out this coming week. Blanton's display. So anyone who knows me, or if you watch this channel, you know I'm a whiskey guy. I drink a lot of Blanton's. Blanton's is a pretty good whiskey. Not worth the hype in my opinion, but it's good. But yeah, a lot of guys collect it. If you know about Blanton's, you know on top there's little horses, and each horse has a different shape, showing that it's running in stride. And they got a different letter. Each letter spells out Blanton's. Well, a guy called me and asked me to make him a Blanton's display. So there's two ways to go with the Blanton's display. There's just a plain chunk of wood. I'll have the CNC carved holes if you just want something to put up on the bar. He wanted something more of a display piece. So I had a nice piece of black walnut. I did a resin fill on it. I sanded it down. I got a nice polish to it. Something that he wants to actually, not just put in the back bar, but he wants to show it off, I guess. So if you want something like that, they go from anywhere from $30, and this one was over $100 just because of all the resin work and the extra work involved. So if you want something like that, let me know your budget, and I'll work with you on that. My buddy Mark, I talked about this last week. It's finally warming up. This has got a curl to it, so I'm trying to do some research on what's the best way to bring the curl out. This is a World War II M1 Garand new old stock he picked up. Whoever did it, I don't think it was original factory finish from when it was new, but it was kind of just they just slapped on some stain on there, so I stripped it down the bare wood. You gotta be careful because you don't want to take away too much of the shape. There's always little curves in here. So that will be done this week for sure. And I got some other stuff for him as well. We'll talk about in another video. So Mark, if you're watching, that'll be done this week. I'll be in touch. So I think that's pretty much it. I have to do some cleaning. Today is Sunday, whatever today is here. It's the day before the big eclipse. Who's gonna watch the eclipse tomorrow? I know I will be. I have to work my other job. I'll let my boss know I will be outside to watch the eclipse. I'm a big space nerd, so I'm pretty excited about it. I remember there was a partial eclipse when I was a kid, and I remember thinking, oh, what's the big deal? But yeah, the next one's out for, I think, 2040 something. We'll see here. I don't know, so hopefully everybody gets out and watch that. That's it for this week's Weekend Shop Update. Hope everyone has a great week, and I want you to remember one thing. It's better to be the warrior in the garden than a gardener in the war. Cheers, have a great week.